guys, it's me Sital and we're back at another program of All Trades Mom. If you see this wall behind you, I was working on this wall. I put it on my Facebook page because I was painting it, but I have what we call DIY ADHD. So if I'm working on a project more than 48 hours, I sort of lose interest and then I sort of leave it and just procrastinate until I get the drive to do it again. So I am going to finish this someday, but not today. Today we are going to talk about how I made this awesome Kashmiri jacket, sort of cardigan, or Kashmir, I'd call it a cardigan, Kashmiri cardigan fitting. So I have this Kashmiri cardigan. My mother-in-law bought it for me from Kashmir, and it's really nice and warm, but it was just very big for me, so it was very overflowing. The sleeves were like up till here, and the shoulders were like droopy all the way here. So what I did was I kind of did my own sort of guesswork and made it a little fitting. So I'm happy with how it fits right now. It's perfect, and the sleeves are not too long, so it's nice. And yeah, so if you want to know how I did this, and it might work in making your, I don't know, your shirts a little smaller, say you have lost weight or something. So if you think that you're gonna find this video useful, then keep watching. As you can see here, the cardigan or the jacket's a little big for me. The shoulders droopy and the sleeves are a little long. So what I did first was I went ahead and ripped up the seams of the sleeves, and once I got the sleeves out, that's when I actually got a clear look of actually how much I needed to kind of make it shortening. So I needed to bring it in about an inch by the shoulder, but while I was doing this, I kept in mind to don't go all the way down measuring in 1 inch up till the bottom. You need to measure your circumference of your armpit or shoulder, and mine's about 15 inches all the way around my arm. So divide that by 2, you get about 7.5. So 7.5 inch from the top of the shoulder till the bottom of your armpit, so it should be 7.5 inches. And then with that, I went in a little bit an inch by what the measurement actually is. So I just sort of followed the line of what they had actually done, the cutting that they had actually done, and then just brought it in by about an inch, if that makes any sense at all. And after I cut it out, make sure not to cut out both front and back together, because the front armhole is always slightly inside or curved inwards as opposed to the back piece, because that's just how our body works, and that's just how we sew shirts or t-shirts. And for the sleeves, I did the same thing. I just measured in about 3 inches because I wanted to bring in the jacket, bring the sleeves about 3 inches shorter. See, I usually, when you cut out, you actually have an S shape on the sleeves, but I realized later after pinning down the sleeves that they didn't actually do that. It was just a plain circle, sort of curved line, which made my work a whole lot easier. So I just followed what they did, just brought it in by 3 inches just to make it a little bit shorter. And then what I realized was, because I've already made my sleeves a little shorter, the width of the sleeves was not, the circumference was not as big as what it was before. So because of that, I had to bring in my sew in the sides of my jacket a little bit, like I'll show you just now. This part, so I had to bring in my jacket just a little bit, about half an inch, just so I can get the sleeve, the armhole a bit shorter, a bit smaller, what I mean. And then, so this is how you actually bring the sleeves right side, inside out, so it's right sides facing the right sides of the jacket. Bring it out underneath like this, like how I'm doing it. Just look at the video if that makes any sense than what I'm actually saying. So yeah, pin it really well. So I took my time to pin this, because you have to pin it really well before you take it to the sewing machine, because you don't want to keep opening it up. And guess what, I actually only had to sew through this once, and I didn't have to open anything, because I took about a good 10 minutes or maybe 5 minutes to pin it really nicely to make sure that I got the edges nice and evened out and perfect. And then when you take it to a sewing machine, just do a normal stitch, and don't forget to do a serger if you have an overlocking machine, or I did the zigzag stitch, so that will work just as fine. I'm pretty happy with how the jacket turned out. It looks really nice. It doesn't look too big on me. I decided not to do some pleats at the back to make it a little fitting because I wanted to keep the Kashmiri design in. Hey guys, thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. I hope you liked the video. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. The subscribe button is right down there. I try to post a new video every week on DIYs and whatnot. It's just that it can get a little tricky juggling full-time school and my YouTube videos. That's why I get a little behind sometimes, but I promise you the next videos are going to be so interesting. It's going to blow your mind, or not. But yes, again, I will see you next week. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.